Well, we're out here doing some evening glassing. We're glassing these hills right up here behind us, looking for some elk up on there. It's late season, there's a little skiff of snow up there. First thing I do, I come up, and because I typically backpack, I have these little pocket tins. A bigger set will work better, but because I'm trying to economize on the weight, I just use these little guys. And I'll scan all of the real close stuff first, because if you only use a Gridspotter, a guy that has handheld binoculars is going to beat you to the punch every time. Gridspotter is a lot more slow, it's a lot more methodical, but it isn't fast. So I'll use the 10s, do a real quick scan of anything easy, look to see if I find anything, and then once I'm done with that and I know the stuff that is out there real close, then I'll sit down, and I've got my 15s set up here on a Gridspotter, get back down here behind it, get it all adjusted and comfortable. And then I'll start gridding this hillside. And we're just about out of light. We only got a few more minutes. Definitely prime time for them to be out moving around. And then once I find something, I have my spotting scope here. And I've heard guys say that they hate using a spotting scope, and I think that that is generally because they're trying to do general glassing with it, and that's definitely not what I use it for, because you've only got one eye on the thing, and if you were to do that all day, you'd get major eye fatigue. So the only thing that I use it for is once I find something that's out there at distance with my 15s or even my 10s that are around my neck, then I'll take and use the quick release right here, pop it off, and then I've got an extra quick release plate on the spotting scope, put it on there, and then use the mini ball head to go ahead and zero in on the animal that I want to look at closer. And I have used the spotting scope on the Gridspotter on occasion. I don't recommend it because when you have any wind at all, the spotting scope, because it's so much bigger, it catches more wind. On the Gridspotter it shakes excessively and it makes it a lot harder to see. So typically I will just use it right on top of the ball head. And I don't really use spotting scope that often, only when there's something out there that looks really interesting to me. And then I'll mag up and see what I got. This is a 20 to 60 zoom spotter. But that's about the gist of how I glass.